Hello Internet, I am Lakshya and I'm going to talk to you about the hot topic in mainstream, aka gurmeher kaur. Now, I saw this I saw news about gurmeher kaur and I went on the YouTube and searched for her video. I saw her video and these are the problems that I have with her video. So when I was watching her video, I saw a couple of things happening, a couple of patterns occur a way a human being thinks. So let's get down into knee deep into her video and let's see what happened. So Gurmeher Kaur begins the video by saying how she was 2 year old, she lost her father. And I'm sorry, you know, a 2 year old losing a father is a bad thing, doesn't matter if you're a Muslim, you're a Hindu, you're a Christian, a Jew, really does not matter. But and I also agree with the fact that yes, war killed her father. But what Gur Meher could not think, or maybe I don't know how well educated she is or how her brain logically thinks, but let's take a couple of facts into account. The 1999 war, it was started by Pakistan. Actually, if you think about it, all the wars that India has fought, all the wars that India has fought since its making, since its making, all of them were started by someone else. Pakistan started all the wars that we have fought, and then we fought a war with China where it was started by China. India did not start any. So, 2 year old Gurmeher loses her father in Kargil, 1999. Kargil was started by Pakistan, where Pakistan came into Indian territory, occupied peaks, and then we had to fight and defend our motherland. So, taking into this account, when Guru Simran says um, that war killed her father, I agree. But when she says that Pakistan, like she in her video, she implies that Pakistan has nothing to do with it. That, oh my God. So, for your information, Gur Meher, Pakistan started the war. We defended. Your father died defending this nation. So when you say maybe Pakistan did nothing, though you don't say it in the video, but this is what you emotionally imply. Okay, these are two nations that are fighting and people are getting crushed in them. Yes, they are. People are getting crushed. But as Indians, we have the right to defend our border and our own people. Now, since you're a 2 year old, you obviously went through some trauma because your father died. And you specifically state it in your video that when you were a 6 year old little girl, I don't know how this scenario is practical. I do not see this scenario happening anywhere by logic. You say that you wanted to stab a lady in burqa when you were 6 year old, and your mother stopped you. My question is, if your mother was there, how did you get a knife in your hand? And where did you find the guts to stab someone? I don't know a 6 year old child who wants to stab someone. Now, I know for a 2 year old to know that her father died, it is traumatic, right? And I believe that your mother failed at parenting you properly. Because if she had taken care of you well emotionally, I don't think you would, in as you say yourself in the video, you would not equate all Muslims to Pakistanis, and you would not say that all Pakistani needs to die. Your father tried defending your nation. Your father did not go as the invader, he was the defender. So if that was properly told to you and you were properly emotionally taken care after, I don't think that you would, at the tender age of 6 year olds, try to stab someone. Though, let's be practical, let's be fairly honest, that is not a practical scenario. So, I won't stand about it, but I won't comment on it, right? Your life, whatever you think is real, I guess it's real for you. Now, When we come later into your video, you talk about Japan and America, and you talk about Germany and France. Now you say Germany and France are friends because guess what? Two world wars still are friends. Actually, that is not the case. If you think about it, France and Germany are fused together in one economic union, which is known as European Union. And for your kind information, since you're a DU student, I don't think DU students know that much about politics or geopolitics. So I know you haven't done your research, but because France and the entire European Union is fused together economically, for your kind information, Germany is the economic powerhouse of EU. It makes more money than any of the other nations that are part of the EU. It is the spearheading force of EU economy. As for why French and German are now friends, for one simple reason. The people who suffered under the regime are dead now. Their children are more busy. They are busy in their life, right? Busy paying bills, getting degrees, falling in love. And they don't have time to think about what happened 40 years ago, 50 years ago, or what happened even 10 years ago, right? Bills must be paid. Now, as for Germany and France, unlike Pakistan and India, Germany does not occupy any inch of land that France had. France is still united one France. And obviously, since, by the way you're talking, you lack logic and obvious research. Pakistan has a portion of India known as Pakistan Occupied Kashmir, POK, by us. So India was never given back what is truly its. Kashmir, the Pakistan occupied Kashmir, is our land that we have given away in bheek to these people who we gave away half of our country in partition as bheek to these people. Now, there are people on the other side of the equation. There are people, trust me. I know the difference between the government of the Pakistan and the people of the Pakistan. But if people definitely want a change in Pakistan, they have to do it themselves. You cannot guilt an everyday middle class Indian into things like this. I mean, this is a sham. You should be ashamed of what you're doing, right? You're guilting people. An average Indian middle class human being does not care does not care who is a Paki, who is a Muslim, who would kill anyone. All they care about is getting the bill paid at the end of the day and getting the food back home. The second example you give, Japan versus USA. USA essentially wiped out Japan, dropped two nuclear bombs. Mind you. India has dropped none. And after America wiped out half of the Japan, most of you do not know or haven't read through history that there was an immigration of Japanese to America. America was doing something to make sure that it had done wrong, so something must be done to help the Japanese people. America also was the force behind the Japanese economic growth after the Second World War. Japan was the first friend of America who helped Japan grow technologically, gave them money, and not only that, Japanese, I don't know how many of you know this, but the Japanese actually after the war went to America and gave American jobs. And then there was a sentiment in America against Japanese people, and so they were scared and they threw out the Japanese industries. And because of that, America suffered an economic problem. So as for Japan and US being friends, yes, US dropped two nuclear bombs, but then they helped rebuild the nation. Pakistan does not want to build India, it only wants to tear it. So I think your examples are completely wrong and you haven't done proper research. You're working with this, oh, I feel good, it's a feel good thing. Well, practical world does not work on feel good things. Now, you say that there is state sponsored propaganda. My question is to you, was 2611 a lie? Was that state sponsored? Are you telling me the people who blew people up and killed people in 2611 that they were Indian soldiers? When you say things are state sponsored, what are you talking about? Who is sponsoring? Is India the sponsoring state? Is Pakistan the sponsoring state? Who is sponsoring what? I think India is at the receiving end of terrorism and Pakistan is sponsoring it. Secondly, you say we are third world nation. Thank you for reminding us. Obviously, you're not helping it make first world, right? So thank you for reminding that we are the third world nation. And then you say, well, if you behave like third world leadership, how the hell do you become first world? I know you're a college student, I guess, but come on, this is like next level dumbness right here. The leading economy in America is war economy. Under George W. Bush and Obama, they've spent billions of dollars manufacturing weapons, selling weapons, and then using those weapons to kill anything and everything in Middle East. They've destroyed Libya, they've destroyed Iraq, and they are currently on their way of destroying Syria. And thank God, Russia, that the Third World War is not starting. So I don't know what first world nation do you want India to mimic. And one more thing, I don't think you would know this, but India never signed the NPT, the Non-Proliferation Treaty. This means that you cannot use nuclear weapons. We are the only nation in the community of nations on this planet that has not signed the NPT, and we do not threaten other people with nuclear bombs. We have a right to protect ourselves from anyone, and if we have to use the power of the atom, we will. Every day I go on YouTube, I see some news channel, and guess what? These people are saying, oh, India, we will drop a tactical nuclear bomb. These Pakistanis, and when I say Pakistanis, I am not referring to the people. I am referring to the state, the government. And if the government exists, there has to be some support from the people. So even people in Pakistan have this, feeling from their inside that they are different from us. Pakistan is the one who threatens India with tactical nuclear bombs. What these idiots simply don't understand, that when you say tactical nuclear bomb, are you saying we're going to blow up your nation? Or are you going to say that the army that enters the border of Pakistan, the Indian army, that Pakistani people will drop a nuclear bomb on their own land to wipe out the invading force? So I do not know how India is in the bad here. How you can say, oh, these two nations, they're fighting. Ever since I was born, right, 1992, I have never seen one Indian politician openly saying that it is time to invade and take what is ours, the natural resources, and save the people. Now you state one more point, that people are dying on both sides. Let me ask you one question. Do you know about Balochistan? The Pakistani army is killing the indigenous Balochi people. Or for that matter, do you even know about Pakistan occupied Kashmir? Have you seen any videos? The Kashmiri politicians, the indigenous Kashmiri politicians are treated like kutta. आर्मी वाला जहां आके खड़ा हो जाता है वहां उनकी औकात नहीं है कुछ कहने की. So how can you compare to a secular nation, a Hindu majority nations under which Buddhism, Jainism, Judaism, even Islam survives versus a nation that is in that whose entire identity is okay, we have to just destroy India, right? Next door, kill it. That is our entire agenda for the entire life. And you say state sponsored spies. And now I want to ask a question to Indian government. I think there are very little state sponsored spies in Pakistan. There should be more. What are you doing? Where is my tax money being applied? I want more spies in that nation today.